My little rail fan outing today is in Milner, Georgia. Thought I'd take time to come down here and take a look at this caboose. Somebody sent me an email saying they had recently repainted it. That'd give me an opportunity to show you around the caboose a little bit. Maybe I'll even tell you a story. Very windy day. I'm in a little park right here in downtown Milner. You can see by the flags blowing it's a pretty windy day. Today I thought I'd tell you one of my stories. I thought I would tell you about the old conductor that we constantly played practical jokes on. It has been many years ago since this happened, but I still remember the old boy. I remembered that he was a colorful old man with an easygoing nature, and I think he kind of liked the attention. Really did not mind the practical jokes. He had been with the Southern Railway for over 40 years. Everyone liked him, and the only one he really disliked was the train master, who seemed to constantly cause him problems. More than once we had to get between them to keep them from coming to blows. He was conductor on an eastbound pig train called 222 East. Train 222 ran, and probably still does, from Atlanta to somewhere in South Carolina. When 222 ran, all other trains got out of its way, as it was running passenger train status and speeds. I can't remember all the jokes we played on him, but I remember a few. Once we changed his grip to the handrail in the caboose and hid the chain where he couldn't see it. Then we laughed at him when he tried to pick it up and couldn't. Once somebody put a heavy cast iron brake shoe, which weighs about 15 pounds, in the bottom of his grip, and it was several days later before he discovered why his bag was suddenly so heavy. Someone put a live lizard in his lunchbox one day, and there were lots of other things we did to him. The old conductor's duties were to get his way bills in order, double up his train from the various tracks it was built in, while it was our job to inspect the train and put the brake shoes on and make running repairs to assure the train was safe to go on its way. Each day we would see him looking to try to find out what practical joke we had played on him this time. And when there was no practical joke, I think he was a little disappointed. We always found time to get on the caboose and share a cup of his coffee that he made on the top of an old coal stove. And we would sit and have a laugh or two about what had been done to him, or just to talk to him for a while. I was there when he made his last run before closing his 43-year career with the railroad. He knew we must have done something to him, from the silly grins on all of our faces. But he couldn't figure it out. "I know y'all done something," he said, "but no one will let on what it may be." He doubled up his train, shoved the last cut to a coupling onto the caboose. I ran the brake test and told him he was good to go. I watched as he tossed his grip on the rear platform and grabbed hold of the handrail and swung up onto the step just as the train started rolling. And I think it was with a heavy heart and a tear in his eye, because he knew his career was over, and this was the last time he'd be riding on his caboose. I remember him clearly standing on the rear platform waving goodbye to us as the train started to pull away. His mouth fell open as there was 5 or 6 very loud explosions. Boom, 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 boom. And he finally knew what we had done. We had placed live torpedoes on the rail that explode when ran over by a train. For those who don't know, torpedoes are used to signal a train to stop in an emergency. I can still see the twinkle in his eye as he waved his fist at us and shouted, "You dirty birds, I'll get you." We waved and called to him, "Bye, Joe. Have a nice retirement."